What's up, YouTube? This is Strobe Light back with another fish video, and this video is going to consist of just a little tank update and also some fish facts. And last time I didn't, y'all remember I had that lamp sitting up here that was the light for this aquarium. Well, now I got me a nice 20-inch bar that sits on top, and it's only about 30 bucks on Amazon, so it was a nice deal. And it provides a whole heck of a lot more light for this little fish tank. Also got some more plants for this fish tank. I got another Anubis, and I got the Amazon sword. Supposedly they're pretty good plants for any beginner tanks. And then this guy's looking happy as always. And also, I went to the local bargain store the other day and found this nice Marineland tank set up it's about a 4-gallon. This little plastic piece on the back, I cut some slots into it to muffle the water flow so it doesn't knock my little betta fish around in here, because they're not very strong swimmers. But the little girl that I got is a juvenile crown tail female. She's all black, but she has a little bit of metallic silver on her scales, and she's happy she's in here. But her tank is not well developed right now, just because I haven't gone out and bought any more decorations or plants. But this gravel I put in is kind of like potting soil for aquarium, so it has all the nice nitrogen and phosphates in it to help these plants grow. So it's also like a plant nursery for my aquarium tanks. So hopefully I'll get those guys growing. This Anubis right here has already grown a lot in the past 3 days. So hopefully I can get all these guys up and happy. And then the Otis Slinkless are still in here. There's one up in the corner over there. They're happy. They're fat and happy. Who can complain? But I wanted to talk to you guys about the betta fish in general and how these guys got to be this way and how they're able to survive in such look, he kind of flaring out a little bit, showing off, but how they're able to survive in such poor water qualities, like you've heard from the Petco or PetSmart people saying they don't really need aerators or filters because look at him, he's showing off, because they're used to living in these nasty waters and whatnot. But it's kind of true and kind of not true. These guys come from, let's say, like flooded rice fields in Asia, or just like canals on the side of the road or ditches where they have a little bit of water flow, but they also have a lot of space. And I've read somewhere that these males, when they're out in the wild, they have about a 9 square foot area of their territory that they roam around in. And so the little cup theory where they can live out of these little bowls is absolute crap. But these guys aren't this color in the wild, like the nice green and bright red and bright yellows and all the different colors. Look at him, he's still flaring. He must see his reflection. But they're not these bright colors out in the wild, because that would not make sense. You just become an easy target for predators. So actually in the wild, these guys are a dark green and sometimes brownish color. And that would make sense because it would make them blend in a little bit better in the nasty waters that they live in. A camouflage protection. Look at him, he's angry about something. He probably wants food. I haven't fed him yet today. But these natural areas they live in don't have much water flow or much disturbance at all. So that doesn't create a lot of oxygen in the water for them to breathe, and fish use their gills to breathe through the water. It's oxygen diffusion across bloodstreams and the gill filaments. So these guys have developed an adaptation coming off of their gill arches called a labyrinth organ or labyrinth lung, however you want to put it. And what this allows is for these guys to come to the surface and actually gulp air like we do. And this little lung / organ is vascularized, has a bunch of different folds to increase surface area, which allows for better diffusion, or more diffusion I should say, of oxygen into their bloodstream. And these guys can actually survive a little while out of water as long as they stay a little moist so they don't dry out. They can just gulp that air. And this isn't the first fish we've actually seen this kind of adaptation in. There is actually a fish species called the lungfish where all they have is one nice big lung through their body and they have to come up and gulp air every so often. And those guys are known to actually get out and walk across land and whatnot. But that's probably what makes these fish such a good aquarium fish. You don't need much aeration because these guys can gulp air, but that doesn't mean don't put any aeration in your tanks, because these guys also have gills and they can breathe through both. Another common misconception about these guys is that they eat plants and they're herbivores or whatnot. And these guys can be omnivores, which means they eat plants and meat, but they're primarily carnivores. So they usually eat insects or any other kind of invertebrates that they stumble across. They're very ferocious predators, obviously. Look at him, so mean. He's a boss. Look at him. But yeah, this video was just to give you a little tank update and also spread a little bit about the betta fish, otherwise known as the Siamese fighting fish, and how they live their lives. I hope this was helpful to you guys. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe to see what's coming next. Thanks and bye.